Even not. So just watching Gortin sale. There's yos and lambs going through the ring at the moment. It's flying trade. There's set twins, young two lambs a foot, making £365. There's a yo in the ring here at the moment with two lambs a foot, and she's starting 250, and she's flying 285, 290 up. I suppose just wondering what people's thoughts is since the sales and the online bidding started and all that. Or is it just since I've started doing this? I wonder if people notice there's an awful lot less information up on the screen. That when you're doing the screen, like the weights and all are not on some of the sales are not there. And like that's why I have the headphones on because there's no weights. No, there's no weights. Maybe that's why because there's no weights because they're lambs of foot. But there's no. It's very hard to hear the age of the yos. Like so, the yos are going through the ring to buy online. You wouldn't know. Like here's a cast yaw going through the ring now, and I guess she's probably around 60 kilos, but I couldn't tell you because there's nothing up on the screen. And she's making £68. But you know, if you were a bidder online, sure you'd never know what she was. So it's just something that since I've started doing these sales and watching them, there's a few of them seems to have a lack of information up on it. Maybe it's something that Marts or the apps need to start doing again. Because here's a yo, two lambs going through again. Started off £200, but I couldn't tell you whether she's a 3-year old Joe, a 2-year old Joe, or what she is. All I can tell you is she's a black Suffolk out of a horn Joe, and she's two powerful lambs. And the lambs it's 315, 330, 35, 340, 350. It's 350 sterling for a yo, two lambs. And it's not even pedigree or anything. That's a lot of money for. And there's a yo coming in with a yo and lamb, and every time here in the sale, the lad in the pen, he's checking the tea. So it slows up the outcome in all the time. So there's nearly young lamb. They're kind of like a Dutch spotted Dorset cross, single, and she's up at £180 as it is now. So, but it's 190, 205, £205, and this one, there he goes, catches the move again. So, this is a broken mouth, Joe, with two lambs. When she broke him out, she's a mule, yo. Why has he to check her teeth every time she goes into the ring? So she starts, I think at £160, but she flew to 200, 220, 235, 40. £245 broke him out, Joe, with two lambs a foot. That makes no sense to me. No sense. It's big money. Now, here's a Dorset, Joe, with this lamb must be, I'd say lamb could be 2 months old. Massive lump for lamb. And he started off £205 and absolutely flying up within seconds to 250. Which is it's good to see. But everyone's a big crowd around the ring there and everyone's watching. But it's great to see. I wouldn't like to be paying it, but isn't it great to see that somebody's getting back out of it? 265. 275. Another Dorset Joe with twins. And this one's a Hogget Joe. But see, again, it's not up on the screen, so it's unless you're actually listening. That's I didn't want to have the earphones on, but I couldn't do it if I didn't know. So these are actually no, it's actually two singles gone through with big lambs and 265, 270. So 75. Only Vane just couldn't make it this evening, so that's why I'm hearing my own doing it this evening, so it's not as enjoyable, but it's nice to do it. You know, there's 280 £280 for single yos, a foot. You know, but in fairness, like it's the bidding is fast, and it's so this now is a 3-year-old single lamb. He started at £150 and literally in 10 seconds has hit 250. You know, God, I nearly could do it. Bring in a few of my horses up to 260, 275. You know, they're flying, absolutely flying. You know, no, it's great to see. It's it. I do apologize. I know the commentary might be a little bit slow with me sometimes, but you're waiting on them to come into the ring. But here's another two lambs a foot, and set twins, and the bidding starts at 250, £250. I mean, sorry, and literally by the time I've told you that it's gone from 250 to 360. Now it's heading 370, 380. And they're fine lambs, like, but I suppose I know lads are doing it, like, but how much money do you have to get back to get back £385 out of your own two lambs? 390, £390. Yeah, and bought online too. Like the online is great to help the sale and all that. Yeah. Here's a yo in the ring on her own, and I can't tell you what she's. Must be a fat yo. He's making 140, 158, 60. So you could buy your own two lambs for £200 on top of what you get for a good job, or 180, 190, and then you have to make up that with out of your lambs. You get that money back out of your lambs. But what happens if the arse falls out of the trade and the cast jaws drop back? That's great, lads. There's two lads standing in the ring, and where do they stand? Only in front of the camera. Like, two of them. And then he moves back. Look. Ah. Yeah. Two. They're in lamb hoggets, I think. Due in March. Singles. They started at £105. £125. Yeah. Yo lambs in lamb to March carrying singles. £125. Now I don't know what weight they are, but I would imagine looking at these lambs, they would be worth just as much to be killed, or not more. Made 131 now. But You can see the sheep going by the far gate coming in for the coming in, and like there's loads of ewes and lambs to come in. So 131 for in lamb hoggets, lamb in March, lambs, and you compare that to ewes and lambs a foot. There's a big difference, and I suppose the bite is not on the lammers. So here's a big fat Joe. Um, Obviously it's a cast Joe. Started off 152, and she's flying up along to 166, 168, 172. And these are all pounds. 180. Yeah, and she's a good Joe. Like she's not. Well, you didn't expect her to make 200, like, but no, it's hard to know. Like, and I suppose like the thing with the sales is unless you're there in them. I'm only going to be watching this for about 10 or 15 minutes. I'm going to keep an eye on it. It is very different than when you're there. So here is, I don't know what's the best way to describe this. A black yo with a white single lamb. Couldn't tell you what breed either is. Doesn't say what breed they are. Start at £125 bidding and flying up now to 185, 190. Couldn't tell you what age she is. Couldn't tell you what breed she is. Um, you know, it's tricky, definitely tricky, but it's good, grand Joe. Like, huh, internet has froze. It's back now. But yeah, no, I suppose the plan soon is to do some live watch alongs and of sales in the summer, and keep an eye on things. And as I say, I'm doing these watch alongs because, well, I'm interested in watching the sales, and it's nice to see. And here's, I think, two 4-year-old yows. I think they're kind of a Hilltex yo. They're two shook yows, and the lambs are hardly 10 days old, and they're up now £190, £195. Um, Unless these yows now have grass to go back to £200, you wouldn't be bringing them back to put in the shed for feeding and that. Like, they're on 220 now, 225, 30. Like, the owls I was making the money earlier, there's a big difference in them yows and these two gone through. Like, 235. And here we have a Jacob Cross yow with two lambs, and started at 125, and she's flying up now to 195. But yeah, no, I don't know. 210, 215. So it's a good trade. So yeah, as I was saying, she's hoping to do the sales there later on in the summer and try and have a few live ones. It's kind of tricky to pick ones I want to watch. I have to make sure I'm off to watch them and a few bits like that. But then a few bits is coming down the track, and at least by doing these videos, somebody can look back on them in a week's time or 2 weeks' time and say, I wanted to wonder what price something was, and be able to know. Because here we have, I don't know what breed she is. Could be some sort of a Dorset Joe. And she's a 2-year-old Joe with two young lambs afoot. Lambs are probably 10 days old. And starting 150. And bidding is flying. But I'd say I don't know what breed they are. They're fluffy and woolly. If Yvain was here, man, she'd nearly want to bring them home. They're her type of lambs. So it's 210. Yeah. Uh, Here is a, a single yow. She's 2 year old and a llama foot. She's kind of a Suffolk type of yow, but she's not strong. And the bidding start at 125. And of course, I should fly up there to 170. But it's mad though the way the price has dropped in the condition of the yows. Like the bigger and fatter the yow, even with llama foot, it makes a huge difference. You know. There he goes. He's to catch that as he catches the yow. Looks at her teeth. So it was a horn cross yow, with a single lamb in the feet in the ring. Sorry, single lamb a foot. And started at 120 and it's 150. Um, which wouldn't be great money now compared to the ones that's a big drop back on it. But like there's one lad in the ring and he's working two gates in and out. You know, he's busy. So here is four cast shells, I presume. I know now in a second, but they're big yows. Yes. Uh, and this is what slows it down then. I can't tell you when they're in the ring chatting and really slows her up. So, fat jaws. They are fat jaws, so you've a Suffolk cross in it, a Cheviot and a black and a start of 122. But again, if you're bidding online, there's no weights, no nothing up. And start at £122 and they're on 138, 140. But I know if them yows was in car new, I know in euros to be making over the €200. So they're on 170, which is it's okay. It's nothing major. £172. Nothing not as exciting as it was. And here's a much lower yo. Started at £56 and she's up at 72. Suffolk Cross yo. I'd say should probably 50 kilos or 45 kilos there, which is definitely not a big yo. Well, give her a due. She's lively because she's running around the ring faster than your man is, anyway. There's plenty of life in her. So, right, there's three lambs in now. I don't know what weights they are. But this is going to be my last batch, and I'm going to sign off then. They start off at £82, and they're flying up to 96, 99, £100. And they're a horn cross lamb. 106, 107 pounds. 100 yeah, 107. So it's not. But maybe the weights is up in the ring and people can see, but when it's not online, it's very hard. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna watch this crowd because there's two, four, six, 8 hours now into the ring, and they're black Suffolks, a Suffolk cross, and a Texel cross Suffolks in it. So just to see what they are because they're powerful yos. See if I can hear what he says and see if they're what they make. I think they're yo lambs. He said, "Yeah, no, they're yo lambs, not yos. They're black Suffolks, and there's more of them has arrived in, and they're up on 162. There's they're a fine batch of lambs, like yeah, 162. But these lambs could be 50 kilos, 55 kilos. Like they're powerful lumps of lambs. I mean, he's not getting much further than 162 pounds. He's yeah, 162. Yeah, which wouldn't be amazing. So that's it. I'm gonna sign off now. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for joining me on the sale watch along, and chat to you soon.